I have completed the 21-day Breathwork Masterclass. I found the Breathwork Masterclass because I was at a point in my life where I sort of was just struggling with high anxiety and sort of this constant feeling of being overwhelmed. I was just sort of stuck in this mode of every molehill was a mountain, and I was just finding that was causing me to feel on edge all the time, and I became very reactive. I had a really hard time dealing with the small things that life throws your way. That really pushed me away from the person I know myself to be. Generally, I'm pretty laid back and easygoing, and I just felt like I was getting further and further from the person I know me to be, and I needed something to change. Physically, I noticed, specifically after the energizing breath work, that I often would feel heat. Notice sort of tingling happening in my arms especially, and then generally after all of the breathwork techniques, I felt physically lighter. Emotionally, left me feeling emotionally more balanced, and I find I have better control over my emotions. I'm not as reactive. Mentally, overall, I just feel as though I'm much more clear. My thoughts are clear. I have better focus. For me, the balancing breathing had the most impact on me. Being a frontline healthcare worker and being a nurse, I'm just sort of always on. I sort of always have to be in that fight or flight state, and I realized I wasn't turning that off when I was coming home. And I think that's what's led to a lot of the issues and problems I was having. And the balancing breathing, implementing it specifically before I came home from work every day, really helped just sort of shift me out of that and center me again, and help me ground myself and come home in a state of mind where I wasn't always on and ready to go. I was surprised the most throughout this journey with how quickly I started to notice change. It does take time. It's not a one and done kind of deal, but if you can stick with it and be consistent, in the first 4 days, I noticed a huge shift in my reactivity to things and how much more calm I felt, and just having an overall sort of more balanced way of living. If I could talk to someone who was in my position where I was on day one, I would tell you, this is what you've been missing. I tried different things, but nothing really was simple enough and easy enough to stay consistent enough with to really make the change. And the Breathwork Masterclass was just that. I would definitely recommend the Breathwork Masterclass. Having this in your back pocket and practicing it just even for a few minutes every day can really just make such an impact on anybody. Thank you so much for following along with me on my journey through the 21-day Breathwork Masterclass.